Hi there, Joka here, and in this video I'm sharing these cards that I've created with some new Spellbinders supplies that are available today. Well, I will have to correct that statement in a second, but before that, so this is the new Joyful Christmas collection by Hurley, I believe. I have 3 products from the collection, but it's quite a large collection, so you will find a lot of Glimmer plates and stamps as well. But I have 2 dies and a Glimmer plate, the sentiment set. And where I have to correct myself is I think that these 2 products, these 2 3D embossing folders, are only going to be available on the 14th, but I did the video before they changed the release date for the first collection, so I actually mixed the 2. So I apologize for that. So I'm starting out by die cutting everything as always, and assembling my little parts, starting with the deer. And what I showed you just a second ago is that I put like it's like a label sticker, so it's like copy paper but with sticker, so it doesn't add any bulk to the back of the die cut. I added a piece of that to behind the eyes, so I could add back the first layer, I mean the eyes, and then I added a second layer with the second layer of the body as well. But then for that I used navy cardstock. I know it looks black, but it is navy. Well, it's actually called indigo. It's the new Spellbinders cardstock. And I used that also for the nose. And now I'm putting together the poinsettia and the other flowers. I'm not actually sure that the little one, I think I'm missing one part for the little one, but I thought it was okay this way. Anyway, and this one, you will see embossed lines, so you actually see where to put the next layer in that flower. And then this little one, I think it has an extra like little dot that I didn't use. And now I'm going to foil a few of these sentiments in different, well, all of them will be using gold. Actually, it's called champagne, I believe, this color of foil. And I will foil a few different color cardstock that I thought I could use with these projects. I was not sure which color I will need, so I just foiled them all. And I kept adding some layers of copy paper as shims between my plates because I did not have the perfect impression first. This is, you know, it's always trial and error. All papers are different, they all foil differently, so but these actually worked out fine. And then I'm also going to foil one more that I wasn't planning to use with these projects, but I wanted to try this foil. It's an opaque white foil, and I haven't used it before, and I just wanted to see if I can replace white embossing powder. And I think that's gonna work, you know, because I don't know, I just have a love and hate relationship with embossing powder. I love the look, but often I don't like the flyaways that I have. Okay, so next, this one here, this background die is, the idea behind it is that you can create 2 different looks if you flip over one of the die cuts. But I think, but this is just me, you know, because I don't know, you know me, I don't like mess. So I did use new plates actually. So if you use new plates, the back of the die cut will be okay. But I wouldn't use, or I wouldn't do this technique if I had old plates, because then the back is a mess and then you can see that, even if the cut lines are um, thin like here, I wouldn't flip it over then. But anyway, I wanted to do inlay technique, that I like to add more colors, so I did not use the 2 layers of die cut anyway. And then I die cut some of the strips from different colors and then fill them back in. And this die set was released a few months back, I think, and I just wanted to add some um, color behind my deer so that it stands out more. And I'm trying to figure out how to, what design I want to create, and then I'm just try to create a cluster of flowers. And once I'm settled, or kind of, have a rough idea what I want to do, I'm starting to glue down everything. And of course, everything changes a little bit as I go, because you can never do the same thing twice, or the same arrangement, if you know what I mean. Um, Originally, I also wanted to foil this die cut, the background die cut directly, but what did I know? I messed up something there, but I don't remember what. What did I do? I don't remember. I know it. I know it didn't foil, but I don't. Oh, I think there was something. Something wrong with my machine. The light didn't come up or something, or I was just impatient. It seemed really hot, so I used it, but it didn't foil. So obviously, it wasn't hot enough. Anyway, then I gave up on that idea, and I just die cut the sentiment and will add the die cut sentiment back on top. And I'm also adding some little flowers that I actually think is the center of the poinsettia, but I just created small flowers, and some more like texture with the enamel dots, because I felt like I haven't used enamel dots in ages. I mean, you know what ages means to me, right? Um, and then all my sentiments, I did the same way in this video. I die cut them twice and then layer them up so that they are sturdy, and then I added some foam tape. So that card is done, and I'm moving on to the next. Here I'm using the first the snowflake embossing folder. It's amazing. Look at that. I love the 3D embossing folder so much. And then I'm also doing the other one. I think it was called Holiday Floral. I don't remember. You know me. This paper, unfortunately, is a bit thin, so when it dries, it's gonna be all warped. So what I'm trying to do, I'm using like a really thin foam tape here, and trying to straighten that out as much as I can. And for this, I'm going to add a second layer as well. It doesn't add a lot of dimension because it's very thin, maybe a millimeter thick. And then next step, I'm also adding some, by accident, an extra layer of sturdiness to it. That was not my intention. I'm trying to add this to the card front. By the way, all my cards are 5 by 7 inches. I forgot to say that. The first, the cover die is actually A2 size. So here, you see, I cannot, I just can't. I can't glue things down straight to save my life. So, of course, I couldn't take it off anymore. This is where, of course, liquid glue would come in handy, but I don't like to add that on top of foam, so I just trimmed this off, and then I tried my luck again, and this time it worked out okay. Maybe not perfect. It would help if I used the same card base, same color, then it wouldn't be so visible, but again, I don't want to waste color cardstock for card bases, and also I think this is my last sheet of this color, so it wouldn't have worked anyway. And also this is quite a thin cardstock. So for this card, I'm creating, it's just a very simple design because the embossing folder is so beautiful. I did not want to cover much of it up, so I'm just adding the deer and some flowers around it, and in kind of like the letter C, because the embossing folder also goes, follows that line. So originally my plan was that I'm adding the sentiment off to the right, but then I didn't like it, so I'm actually covering the bottom of that deer. I did not want the bottom of it to stick out under the sentiment, so I trimmed that off, and I arranged my flowers. Actually, I always die cut a lot to start out with, and then it always turns out that it's too many, but I'm trying to use up as many die cuts as possible because I know that I'm not gonna get back to them. So I actually didn't really have anything left in the end. So I'm adding everything here, like just throw everything on the card what I have. But I like that look. So these little flowers as well as little fillers. It doesn't really need it, but since I had them, why not some extra pop of color? And now moving on to my third card, I'm also grabbing this die set. I think it's from last year, from a Becca Fegan collection, just to add some color behind my focal point, basically the main design, and just some interest because I knew that I was just gonna again use the deer, so I wanted to add a different element to the card. And then I decided that this time I'm just not gonna use the antlers, and this is my Frida Kahlo deer. I am adding some flowers to its head, so yeah, I don't know, I didn't want to arrange the flowers the same way as before, just tried something different, but then of course I could have stopped here. That probably would have been enough, but I still had some flowers left and I did not want to waste them, so I will create two extra little clusters around that oval shape in the end. Maybe it doesn't make any sense, but I don't know. I just don't like to waste papers, and especially if I already had spent time on putting these together, gluing them together, die cutting them in the first place, then yeah. But I don't know about you, how you guys do this, but I prefer doing all the die cutting first, and if I need to add some extras, then I also die cut some as I go along, but I don't like to start my card and then do just as many flowers as I need right then. Maybe because I like to play with the arrangements, I never know what I want, so I don't know. But that's how my process is. Sorry about my voice. It's I'm still ill. I don't know. It's been now, I don't even know, over 2 weeks, and it's just not getting better. Anyway, so I'm creating these two clusters. Of course, if I did not have these flowers to begin with, but would have die cut them right then and there, these two clusters wouldn't have these colors because they are the same as the background. So, you know. Anyway, so there's the 3 cards. I hope you like them. I hope I could inspire you in some way. Thank you very much for watching, and I see you on the 14th with some cool projects. That actually is going to be a very long video, but I hope you're going to check it out. Thank you very much again, and see you next time. Bye bye.